Here we are, guys. Mono shrimp eating a ram's horn snail. It even dragged it away, wouldn't let the other one come near it. I guess it's a female because it's really big and it looks like it almost may be carrying eggs. I mean, I know they can breed in fresh water, but the eggs won't hatch. But it's neat, anyways. But there it is. It's tearing that snail up, man. Like, give me some. I feed them too. Like, I feed them. And I scooped two of my antlers, a male and a female, from the 38 and dropped them in here. So, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna survive or if they're just gonna go down the skimmer. We'll see. But I got a couple more, so might as well see what happens. People run skimmers with fish all the time with no problems. We'll see what happens. Rotala bush here. It's kind of growing back in a little bit. And I know it's a little bit hard to see. My little otto here. Or here chilling. You guys ever looked at an otto's belly? It's a spiral. Well, sometimes it's a spiral. This is not quite a spiral, but sometimes it looks like they have a spiral in their belly, like a tadpole. Just a little, I don't know, just me, whatever there. Just rambling. This is just a ramble session, I guess. So, a lot of times when I'm filming, the cherries won't come out. Here they are. Here's a couple of them. There's one right here. Here's one right here. Look at you. Little pretty one right here. These little cherries, they're real active. I was trying to figure out how to feed them. I didn't want to drop pellet food and it go into the soil and get lost. So I've been putting a little bit of food into a shot glass and putting it in there on its side. And they look at it for a little while because they don't know what it is. And then when they're not nervous, they go in there and take turns, and then they fight over the food and eat it. Little Ellie here, she's still doing good. A little piggy face. This is just a snippet video. Oh, these guys are starting to grow in. The leaves are getting a little longer, a little more wrinkly. And as usual, hard to see on film. Let's see if we can you can kind of see it here. See how they're kind of getting they're kind of wrinkly leaves, slightly longer. So we'll see what they're aiming towards, what they're turning into. My Amanias over there. These Amanias have a lot more color, but whenever I film them, they just look washed out really bad. They do have more color than they look like. Like this crypt here, you can kind of see its color, but it's a little more red than that. Sorry about my focus too, my hands are wet. Oh, Arcuata bush growing in pretty nice, man. It's looking good back there. It doesn't look as hot on film, nothing does. It looks all pretty to me, and then through the camera it doesn't look quite as nice, but now I moved a rock down here. Took the two from back there, just put some grass in here. So I'm trying to kind of get that grassy. I want to get all the ground covered completely. And I have slowly, each week I go up by 1 on the intensity on the white LED on this Phoenix. I started off 50% and about every week or so. Oh, he's on the run, man. He's trying to get away. They keep trying to get his snail, so he's or she, that's obviously female. She's like, get away. She's digging the snail apart out of its shell. That's brutal, man. That's pretty cool. Hey, these Amanos, man, they're pretty fierce. They've been cleaning the tank pretty well. But yeah, anyways, more of me rambling. All my mosses are doing really good here. My Physidens isn't quite growing the little algae in it so much. So hopefully the more of this moss that grows, I keep plugging this moss between. I clip it off and plug it everywhere. The more of that moss that grows, the less algae will grow in the other stuff. But yeah, I forgot what I was even saying before. But yeah, everything looks pretty good in here, pretty nice. Not much going on here. So let me pause for a second. I'll show 38 real quick. But unless I actually stop the recording, I press pause. Unless I actually stop it, I can't change the light, so it looks really dark. I had this camera set for the lighting on the 20, and the 20's got a lot more light. So this is my little new guy here. Well, I think it's a girl, a little Hillstream Loach. When I put her in, she was real freaked out earlier, but she looks like she's doing good now, so that's good. A couple hours and she's doing real good. All I've heard about these guys is they need high flow, which I thought about putting her in the 20, but I don't know, that tank's kind of small and it's super clean, so I don't know if there's 2 autos in there anyways, so we'll put her in here. This is a little more established. She can find some gunk and some stuff to sift through, and I can drop wafers in here once in a while after lights out. And Hillstream Loaches, in case you guys didn't know, they have a little demand. They need high oxygen. So just 2 hang on the backs and the power head should do it. Anyways, that's the 38. 38's doing good. About to show the little 5-gallon in the room, my little junk tank. I finally pulled a couple rocks out, popped the filter into it. We're going to clean it up, scape it soon. Here's the little 5-gallon in the room. It looks a lot cooler in person, trust me. Like the wood sticking out and all that. I had like a couple real big rocks just piled up in the middle of it. Like in the extra sand that I had, this is where this is a dirt and fluorite and gravel / sand mix that I had dumped out of the 38 before I rescaped it, and I had just dumped it out into the front grass. Well, I just scooped handfuls and handfuls of this and threw it all back in here, and I was like, well, I'm gonna get some fluorite black sand or something and I'm gonna cap it on payday. Well, I never did that, so that was a long time ago. So I piled it up with rocks because when I started to fill it, that piece of driftwood was the main piece of driftwood in my 38, like in my first scape on my old videos. I broke a piece off the end so it would fit in here. You can still see the white glue from the moss. This piece here and the other twigs, they went to float up when I filled it up the first time. I mean, I had the whole thing all set up and looking all, I was like all like, yeah, and then I started to fill it up and it started to move, and I was like, okay, I had to stop what I was doing, hold the wood down while I put rocks on it, or I would have had to redrain the hole. It was filled up to here. I would have had to redrain the whole thing, start over and do all that. It was already all messed up, so I was just like, you know what, screw it. So I just held it down, dropped the lava rock on there, and I had a big pile of these lava rocks and river stones outside, and I just piled them all up in the middle, like up to here. And then I just tossed some duckweed on there, and I reached in there from over the top and just plugged random plants in there just to keep them aside. See how they would do. The arcuatas, the Ludwigia arcuatas, are doing great. So that looks like that's going to be one of the main plants in here. Obviously, these little Bacopa Carolinas are doing really great in here. That's a surprise. I guess it shouldn't be a surprise. Bacopas are really resilient like that. You can't pick Carolinas around here, but you can pick Bacopa moneyworts around here. And Ludwigia repens you can pick around here, but they don't do so hot without CO2. But here are these 2 pieces of jungle val left over. I don't know, they've been here a little while. This might be dwarf sage. I don't know, it's not spreading. There's been no filter, nothing, just a desk lamp over it. This is it. And this was the rest of the sand, the gravel sand that I had, and I wasn't gonna cap it on that because it's not enough to cap it. So what I did was all the rocks were already over here, so I just dumped it all in the corner. So towards the back, it goes way down. So the back is real low here. It's like a triangular. And originally, this was the triangular composition going that way. So I didn't really plan for this, but it looks kind of neat, so I'll just leave it. So I don't know, but so I'm gonna have to cap that with some type of gravel or sand, or maybe I just won't cap it, but I'll start planting it soon. I don't know. It looks all right. That's it. Escape that one soon.